do find that quite interesting when it comes to tennis that even the runner-up has to kind of address the crowd. Not kind of, but has to address the crowd when, they fall short. What's up, y'all? It's JC. If you're new, welcome to the channel. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. So Coco Gauff captured her second Grand Slam after defeating Aryna Sabalenka in the French Open yesterday. Now, there's been a lot of controversy around the words that were said after the match by Aryna. So I'm going to play the first clip of when she addressed the crowd. Take a listen.
This one hurts so much, especially after such a tough 2 weeks playing great tennis and in these terrible conditions, show such terrible tennis in the final. That's really hurt, but it's okay. Anyway, Coco, congrats in these tough conditions. You were a better player than me. Well done on a great 2 weeks, and congrats on the second Grand Slam. Well deserved. You're a fighter, hard worker. So congrats you and your team.
So there you have it. If you saw the clip live, if you watched it on another platform, you could tell that Aryna was visibly emotional, as anyone would be after playing a match of that magnitude and losing, right? So, but she did give props to Coco. She said that she played better in the conditions, that she was a better player, right? So that was that. But the issue that people have is mainly what she said during the press conference. So I'm going to play the press conference. But one thing I wanted to say, I'm by no means a tennis enthusiast. I did find myself watching the French Open these past couple of weeks, and I was intrigued by the matches I saw. Hopefully, I'm using the right terminology. It was interesting. I saw how strategic these players were, whether it was the men's or the women's singles. So I did enjoy that. So hopefully, not hopefully, but moving forward, I'll try to catch more matches or tournaments as I'm trying to grow my interest and be more knowledgeable on the sport. But I would say right after someone loses, it's kind of tough, man. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, um, that's like, I'm trying to compare it. It's like, let's use this for example: the Eagles versus the Commanders, right? Eagles won the NFC Championship. They go on to the Super Bowl, and say like immediately after, there's, hey, Jaden Daniels, can you come? I know you about to go to the locker room. I know you're upset, whatever, but can you come speak to the crowd, address the crowd, and reflect on this game right, right then and there? So I do find that quite interesting when it comes to tennis that even the runner-up has to kind of address the crowd. Not kind of, but has to address the crowd when they fall short. But anyways, I'm going to play the second clip of Aryna at the press conference and what she said about the match and what she said about Coco. Take a listen.
Players, and yeah, I played definitely better level than in the final. It was really, honestly, the worst tennis I played in the last I don't know how many months, and the conditions were terrible, and she simply was better in these conditions than me, and I think it was the worst final I ever played.
Do you think there was a momentum shift in the first set because you started the match really well? You led 4-1. What happened at 4-1? Do you think that Coco got better or the conditions got tougher?
Yeah, I think it was more windy and got more windy, and also I think I was over emotional, and I think today I didn't really handle myself quite well mentally, I would say. So basically that's it. I was just making unforced errors. Like, I don't know, I have to check the statistics. I think she won the match not because she played incredible, just because I made all of those mistakes from, like, if you look from the outside, kind of like from an easy balls.
But is it harder because it's the final of the Grand Slam? I mean, these events are so much bigger than
yeah, that hurts. I mean, especially when you've been playing really great tennis during the whole week. You've been playing against a lot of tough opponents, Olympic champion, Iga, and then you go out and you play really bad. Like, I don't know, I think if Iga would win me another day, I think she would go out today and she would get the win. It just, like, yeah, it just hurts. Honestly, it hurts. Like, been playing really well, and then in the last match, go out there and perform like I did.
So there you have it. Now, initially, when I listened to the clip and when I saw the clip, I was like, "Dang, it's coming off bad, right?" Is she's basically like, I played bad. Coco, she didn't play outstanding, but it was more so on me. But after, kind of not reflecting, but kind of digesting what she said, I get it, right? She had what, 70 errors? Aryna has 70 errors. I think Coco only had 30. So you can say when you have 70 errors, you can say, okay, that was on me, right? Um, she also mentioned the conditions. Now, with that, I don't know if you could throw that in there from my perspective. I get it, the wind blows different directions, whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, they're both playing in it. I'm sure, like I said, I am no tennis enthusiast at all, but I would assume that you have to make adjustments on both sides, whether the wind is blowing in one direction or the other, regardless, right? So I think that was kind of a cop out, just from my perspective. So that was that. Um, she also mentioned her emotions, right? She said that she was extremely emotional. While on the flip side, Coco kept her composure even when she got down early. Coco, did a great job of staying locked in mentally. So I get what Aryna said about the errors. I get that. But the issue I had with her statement is when she brought up, um, if I'm not pronouncing this correctly, when she brought up Iga, I apologize if I'm not pronouncing that right. Um, who is someone who I believe lost in the semis. She said that if Iga would have defeated her, would have won she would have defeated Coco, right? So that was the statement. That was the part of her statement that kind of gave me cause to pause. I'm like, I get all the other stuff, right? Even though I don't agree with the weather, the wind, I get that. I get the errors. I understand that. Saying that if you're a competitor and like, man, if I would have did this, that, if I didn't make those simple mistakes or the things that I normally don't make, the mistakes I normally don't make, then I would have had probably one or given myself a better chance to win. But when you bring up a whole different person, it's like, what? That's like saying, oh, if you're playing basketball, like, yeah, that person made more baskets than me, but I missed a lot of gimmies. Oh, by the way, if I wasn't playing and so and so was playing, they would have beat you. It's like, why even bring that up? But congrats to Coco. She deserved it. Like I said, she was locked in. Didn't get down on herself early when um, Aryna was ahead, and she captured her second Grand Slam, which is which is uh, which is amazing. So tip my cap to Coco. I watched that match. Like I said, I am going to try to get into tennis. That's the goal. I'm going to try to get into tennis. But anyways, in the comments, let me know your thoughts.